Oh God!
I think I overshot a little bit.
Welcome to the staging area. Tonight we are doing video number 3 of our Symbol series. That's what I'm calling it now. So much easier. It's called Symbol series because I had some long title and it's just too long. Symbol series.
So you wanted to keep it simple with the Symbol series?
Shut up, Tyler, before I punch you in your leg. So, check this out. Jasco Games, we got our awesome tablecloth little banner thing.
That you can barely see.
You can barely see it. So, if you guys kind of want to hook us up with something, that would be great. Because, do you guys want to look at our legs? Because, they're kind of sexy, I guess. See?
Got the dad legs.
The dad legs?
Can't
But
even
anywho,
hold his jeans.
No one compares to Nathan's cats.
the whole point of this is that we had a comment about from J2 Wanner about you wanted us to talk about each symbol, talk about staples, talk about what the symbols do, what characters actually really personify those symbols. So we're on chaos, boys. We don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff going on. It's chaotic.
All right, so let's start.
Let's go with Nathan.
What they used to think it means by Shane. Y'all know if you've seen the other series, we have the whole document here.
It's episode 3, so they've seen all this.
Chaos, also known as boring, was positive control hacks with 2 X's.
So that means that it gained stuff to its control.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Uncontrollable RNG. So look at choke throw or circle throw, whatever it's called. Choke throw. You make an unmodified control check. It's a 4, 5, 6. Something happens. Yeah, uncontrollable RNG. It's that sort of thing. It's something
yeah. Oh, momentum generation.
Correct. Now, how could we talk about anything other than Team Kyo? That was great. Or was it Team Japan?
It was Team Japan. But let's talk about more like standard stuff.
Fallen Heroes.
So really, I'm just gonna say it right now. Felicia is the personification of chaos.
Here, I was going to say the Hunt for Spiders and Dragons, because that's in every Chaos deck that has ever been made since its
but
inception.
it doesn't really do that stuff. It's just a control piece.
It builds itself.
But it's just a control. That's a good symbol thing. But she pluses her control check. Mm-hmm. She also momentum gens. Mm-hmm. So, and she gets speed because she's an air character too. Whatever.
She lacks the uncontrollable RNG element, but that sort of thing doesn't really exist.
Nah, not really. No, not really. It's
Alina
more.
Does
It's more
RNG.
What?
Alina?
Yeah, Elena does. Yeah, because she just
has
comes
chaos,
off,
doesn't she?
Yeah, it comes off the top of her deck, and she removes stuff off the top of her deck.
She has Kyo symbols?
She has.
She is
Chaos Fire.
Chaos Fire, good.
Yep, that's
Kyo
Kyo
1, right?
Kyo 1.
Kyo 2 had order and stuff.
But she
Lilith?
can. I think Lilith does.
Both Liliths
Both
are good examples.
Lilith 1 does speed.
Lilith 1 does speed, but
Lilith 2
Lilith does the
control checks.
control check and off the top control check.
And there's also a secret, hidden thing in that Chaos is the low attack symbol. It has Snake Man, it has Lilith 2, and it has I don't know,
Aaron Black.
I'll say some guy that wears dressed as a cowboy and isn't very exciting.
I mean Spike. No, it's not Spike. It's Aaron Black.
Thunderbreak is a nice spicy.
Thunderbreak is a low, yeah.
Hyper Bomb, a lot of the powerful low attacks had the Chaos symbol.
Yeah.
It might be a coincidence, but both the characters that rely on lows and a character that has lows.
Look at Devora. Devora gives plus to her check as well.
Yep.
So that's another character.
Has mostly lows.
It's kind of weird too. Snake Man generates his own momentum. So they kind of went away from them doing like Felicia's the odd girl out. But all of them kind of did like one thing that Chaos did. Yep. Look at Aaron Black. He momentum gens 2 pieces.
Right.
But doesn't have control check hacking.
Nope.
It's kind of weird because
he has one card that does it, which is Earthrealm Mercenary. It's the 2/6 non-block.
Oh yeah.
Discard momentum. Your next check to play and attack. It's
okay. You're right.
But remember, that's a piece of
that's
kit.
in their support, not their
character. So
Kung Din does the RNG.
What?
Kung Din does the RNG.
Yeah.
Or get X speed.
Yeah, that's true. So it seems like the Chaos characters have really they've really designed the Chaos characters really
for that fat memory.
Yeah. Well, kind of, but no, they're very, very set in that symbol identity, I guess. But so I believe next would be like strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So strengths, man,
Not many,
but what it does is it gets a hell of a lot of momentum. which is always, and this format is fantastic because it's a momentum-based and now speed-based technically format. They can plus their checks. So in this Akuma evil laden meta, maybe Chaos rises because it can take control. It can go deeper into turns.
There's a lot of negative check hacking, a lot of breaker going on right now, so that plus check is very useful.
It's very useful. Yeah.
The only problem with that is actually having cards that give you significant pluses to check. There's some Kunjin cards that do it. There's the one Aaron Black card that does it. And then like as far as other stuff goes, there's nothing really that like.
Felicia has a couple.
If they're fast, you get +3 to your block check.
Yeah. And then you have the delightful, the unstoppable, the all-powerful bouncer.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
But yeah, so is that really all its strengths though? It's just like that.
Like
It does speed.
the strength of Chaos is to be able to play all of your cards. The problem with Chaos is you now don't have any cards.
Yeah, it lacks card draw.
So
that is true.
I brought up Aaron Black as being a forgetful character because half of his ability is ripped off of the old Ash promo. And the difference there is Ash can play a lot stronger cards.
Sure.
And now you play Aaron Black and you're like, do I have Sand Grenade? No. Well, I can play half the cards in my hand, or all the cards in my hand, and they still won't die.
Faye's also a really good Chaos character.
Yep, very RNG.
She's very RNG. She's the epitome of RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's controllable, so I don't know what the uncontrollable part of that.
I don't know either, so.
There's a little bit
There's
of
a
control.
million
One
things
man, one man
But
gets
her,
plus to
but
check.
her herself is not controllable.
So the weaknesses
Damage.
is that it doesn't. Well, it needs outside.
If
fueling
your
for
damage is not on your character,
Yeah.
good luck.
There you go.
It fails from play. It plays the cards really well. It fails to do much with them.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. I also think it can't. Its defensive pieces are about to rotate.
Yeah, and
The Skullman package,
Yeah.
so it's going to need to find its defense somewhere else, in my opinion. So
You do have a lot of powerful cards like Gateway Shuffle to help you get
Yeah,
there, but
that's
they're
true.
pigeonholed onto its free
Range
weapon
and-
and range.
no, it's tech, weapon, and range.
It's tech.
But you don't need. It doesn't need. That's for the damage pump. For the damage negation, it's just a straight -5 for free.
yeah.
Great
As
check.
far as Chaos's defense, it's pretty much not. It like there are some pieces, but like for the most part, they're not. There's that new Jenna card.
Yeah.
Gift of his Immortal Blood.
Yeah, Gift of His
Gift of His
Immortal
Immortal
Blood for
Blood, yeah.
like -5 speed.
Their
Yeah.
defense mostly comes in the check hex.
I mean, getting
I get
plus-ing?
plus to my check, so I can block this attack easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Like whatchamacallit, Adopted by Sensei. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good card for an example of that is Traveling Performer.
Oh yeah,
Or
Trevor.
Felicia
Yeah.
card. Commit it, plus 2 to your check the block.
Like Felicia's kit is just like the perfect chaos kit in a way, because she generates all that momentum.
She
gets
has
all
2 separate attacks that get a bonus if your check was hacked.
Yeah, and then she also has Traveling Performer, and then she has Gymnastic Techniques that also gives you plus to checks, and then she also herself gives you plus to checks if your attack hits. So I would just say, like, if you want to play Chaos, play Felicia.
Considering the amount of time she's won events, it's not a bad bet.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet. You just got to find a different type of engine to attack with, because
Air flippy
all the
kicks are
events
not
that she
optional.
won, that
was
engine
operator.
rotated.
Her engine rotated, yes. So,
And what a heyday it was.
but yeah, so we covered the strengths and weaknesses, okay?
Yeah.
Or do you want to say anything else? Tyler?
So, I think that Chaos has a really bad identity crisis since.
Team Japan.
Yeah, well, no, just the rotation of King of Fighters and, like, as we creep into when I started playing Territory,
yeah,
rotating, like, it almost seems like it's the secondary all symbol where when
it just does a bunch of stuff.
It does a bunch of stuff. It doesn't necessarily do a lot of it well. Like, there aren't a lot of, like, powerful and EX attacks to take advantage of all that momentum.
Yeah,
generate.
true.
Look at the very first deck profile we had on here. Maybe the second one was my old Snake Man profile.
Snake Man!
Snake Man! Like Kyo's Jacket was like the Chaos card
Yeah.
for a long time. And
True.
without that, I tried to build Snake Man in the newest set, and you just wouldn't play him off of Chaos because there is no advantage.
Like you could play him off of life, okay, but that's never.
You also tore it apart after a match.
Yeah, that's true.
When you
You
get
got
blown
eaten
up and
alive.
you got to do nothing,
But
there's no point.
but yeah, I don't know. It's like
Women girls eat metal snakes.
they're really like I had a Chaos Yamato Man, but that was more of a
Played that
disruption type deck. Like it didn't really do a lot of chaosy things. It gened momentum to throw flying spears, and it just like disrupted my opponent's turn. There really wasn't any.
The Chaos Yamato Man I played today was just all about get all of the attacks in my hand and play them all out now.
Well, that's like every deck though.
Yeah, but he had to rely on having like 5 attacks in his hand to kill anybody because all the attacks don't do much of anything.
So
Your Chaos Yamato Man played heavily on Hyper Bomb.
Yeah, the committal and destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
But that's not a chaos thing though. That's a death thing.
I know, but that
I think that's his point.
Yeah,
is that the best cards on Chaos did what the other symbols were doing.
Yeah, I get you.
Not
Okay,
itself.
I get you.
and as we move forward in rotating out those blocks of stuff, we'll be left with a symbol that doesn't know what it wants to do.
Let's say look at the 2 newest Chaos characters, which are Jeddah and Lilith. Jeddah is a water character that has Chaos, and Lilith is an Earth character
That has
chaos.
chaos. Well, arguably she could be a water character too.
Well, my point is that
I
she
know.
has 2, if
I know.
not 3
It
cards.
seems,
that
it
are
seems
Earth
like
symbol.
chaos is just a symbol that's just thrown on instead of it being like kind of like all.
Because there's no actual chaos character in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, there really is.
And then you look at Devora, for example, who has both all and chaos, and one of her biggest facets is she's a life character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this seems like they needed symbols, added on. So, okay. Well, what are
Develop
some
more chaos characters.
So to close out the episode, what are some of the quintessential? We kind of already gone over the staple cards in a way, like you can't really say design for combat.
I think you have no choice but to say design.
Well, the
for
issue
combat.
is though those don't. That isn't. Well, I guess it's uncontrollable RNG off the top of your deck then, because you're blind drawing.
The Skullman card that comes to mind is
Reactive style.
yeah, that's really his only like chaos card.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
To be fair, it's still a really relevant card in all chaos builds because it's
His whole suite is still relevant to today. It just is.
Actually, another really good chaos card is Flipcat.
Yeah.
It relies on having a variable amount of momentum, so it's sort
They
of
got a
fun.
kill condition.
That card doesn't have chaos.
It doesn't have chaos. It's water. It's
air,
water,
evil,
evil,
water.
and air.
That's
You
true.
fucked up, Jasco.
It should've
You gave
been.
Felicia a chaos card and took off chaos, and I should have known that because I'm literally building an evil deck with it. And I'm
There you
messing
go.
up.
Oh well.
I think a nice spicy, at least one of the newest said Dia Delamento.
Yeah,
Use momentum
yeah,
to reversal block.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it can.
Usually
I would
usually a
actually
spicy
go.
one-off.
I would actually probably go as far as to say there really is I think that there's the Lilith card, Dreaming of Becoming Whole, where you pitch a momentum to get +1
And then it raise itself.
to raise itself.
Yeah.
And then like we said, the gift of his immortal blood that generates momentum for your opponent, so you can use the -5.
Yeah.
Because maybe that will end up taking Balance Fighter's spot. You think?
I think a good thing to mention here is we're struggling really hard to think of what chaos
Yeah.
does,
Yeah.
which might be more of an indicator of the way chaos is now.
Sadistic
There
Ways is
no
half
easy
evil,
answer.
half chaos.
Sadistic Ways is a really good card, but you have to use what you can go on.
But it doesn't-
You have to have something to use
But
to use
that's
it.
more of an evil and void card than it is a chaos card.
So the only part with
Well,
chaos
Alina
is
Alina
it's
too is
just
a chaos
momentum.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is she a chaos character?
No, she's an evil character.
She's
that
an
happens
evil
to
character.
That
have-
happens to have chaos that gives you +2 to your check.
Like the only
Make chaos good again.
Oh,
Told you.
see,
That's how bad chaos
we
is.
need it. We need a new one, Jasco. We need one.
the only chaos part about Sadistic Ways is gaining momentum, but you
That's
have to
true.
tear apart your hand.
Yeah, that's also true.
Or you
it comes
have
at
to
a
be
big
nearly
cost.
dead.
And
Not
on two
finding-
different
Is it,
abilities.
is it nearly dead or deadlock?
It's deadlock and desperation. It's
The
both.
cut 2 is normal. Gain 2 for random is desperation, and then deadlock is the same as the first, but with no cost.
Oh,
Okay, so I think we pretty much have summed up the symbol that it doesn't know. Well, one, just play Felicia if you want to play Chaos, because she's probably the best Chaos character still. which is
after you build that chaos, realize that air and water are better choices for that character.
Maybe build Elena if you want to be techie and just do a bunch of random stuff.
But she's also Elena's better off with good anyways because she gets missile launcher
And Pulse Flare.
and Pulse Flare and Cannon Crack.
Which you also get off of fire.
Yes, true. But anyway,
Congratulations.
Felicia with Thunderbreak. It's a slam.
That's hilarious.
That is amazing.
So yeah,
And a
so
punch.
play Felicia.
Yeah.
So
The symbol doesn't know what it wants. It doesn't know what it knows what it needs. It needs an identity. It needs more characters that do more chaosy things.
I mean,
So-
just out of nowhere, fire started going, hey, I'm going to mill myself.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe
next set chaos.
and
Yeah.
controllable RNG kind
So-
of to.
To close out the episode, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. In the comments below, let us know what you think Chaos needs, what your top Chaos cards are. We kind of want the community feedback on this. We'd appreciate it. So I think we're done.
I think we've nearly beaten it to death.
Yeah.
And on the next episode.
And the next episode, we're doing Death, boys. One of my favorite symbols. Yeehaw! Wild card! Woo! Good night, everyone.
Need to get you like a cowboy hat for that.
I don't need a cowboy hat. Hit that button.